We have breaking news coming in as far as the Deepam Rao is concerned, and here the court in which the court this is the court taking up that case, and the verdict that is expected anytime soon. But the case has turned political, is what the court has said, and the court is also adding that the district administration should not be acting to add fuel to the conflict. Do not fight for lighting of the lamp is what the Madurai bench has gone on to say. Uma joining us. Uma, get us details of what's happening in court.
So the bench of Jayachandran and Ramakrishnan are reading out the verdict in this very, very critical case that's being watched not just in Tamil Nadu but across the country, because what the bench is now saying is that the verdict given by Justice Swaminathan on the 1st of December, saying that a lamp can be lit on the Deepathoon, which is the pillar on the Thiruparankundram hill itself. This bench is also saying that yes, the lamp can be lit, and that is something that is upholding the verdict that was given by the single judge bench of Mr. Justice Swaminathan itself. But yes, the riders that have been added are saying that this entire thing, in fact what we understand from our sources in the court is that the verdict reading itself started with saying that this entire issue has been politicized unnecessarily, and also finding fault with the district administration, putting the responsibility on them not to fuel tensions between the two groups, and also saying that there is no empirical evidence really to show that law and order issue will break out in case a lamp is lit on top of this pillar which is called the Deepathoon itself. The state government of course has been arguing, saying that this can create law and order issues, and the tradition has not been for lamp to be lit here. Instead it is at another site that the holy lamp, the sacred lamp, is in fact usually lit, and that's the reason why the state government had cited the concerns.
In the Madurai bench, they're upholding the order by Justice Swaminathan, and the banking basically the Deepam lighting, and the issue is politicized unnecessarily is what the Madurai bench has gone ahead and said. So that is the Madurai bench there upholding Justice Swaminathan's order, and that basically the Madurai bench is backing the Deepam lighting. Uma, get us the details.
Yeah, so we are still to get all the final details of what the judgment itself has said, but the big picture is that the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court has in fact upheld the orders that were passed by the single judge, Mr. Swaminathan, Justice Swaminathan, who had said that the lamp can be lit, and he had in fact provided CISF security as well, but the state government and the temple authorities had opposed that. The police had also opposed that, but now the Madurai bench also upholding and saying that it is valid. But they've also added another rider saying that just for the sake of lighting of the lamp, there should not be fights on the issue of the of the lamp, the right to light the lamp itself. The larger issue I must also point out is about the ownership of the temple itself, and the court verdict in the Justice Swaminathan case also had depended on decades old kind of documents that existed from over 100 years ago, and they had said that the ownership of the hill itself belongs in fact to the Subramanya Swami temple. The Thiruparankundram hill belongs to this temple itself, and the Dargah is a limited area and it is at about a 50-meter distance from the pillar, and therefore they do not see any reason why there would be any trouble as well. But I must also point out that there is a urs that is happening at the Dargah today, and therefore the number of people who will be attending that particular urs at the Dargah, that has also been limited by the court in order to ensure that there is no trouble, and they have said that 50 people will be attending that Santanakudu urs that is happening at the Dargah itself, and therefore in a sense the court has tried to ensure that there will be no flashpoint between the two communities even as the lamp is lit at the Thiruparankundram.
No fuel that is being added to that fire, but lighting of the lamps will be allowed. We also have Veera with us, our colleague. Veera, a big win for the Hindu groups.
That's right. This would be a big win and a departure from the traditional lighting of the lamp at the Uchipillayar temple where it has been lit all along. So the question, as Uma was pointing out, is also about averting any kind of a situation there. Obviously, let's not forget that the Karthigai Deepam festival is over. So the real lighting of the lamp, the big festival, would happen next year. So for the moment, in many ways, what's happened with the case has averted any kind of a flashpoint this year. But yes, one would have to wait for the final details of the order. As per what we have, the High Court, the two-judge bench has disposed of the writ petition before it, the appeals that were filed of the single judge bench order, and directs the lighting of the lamp on the hilltop pillar in addition to the traditional spot. The arguments that were made by the Tamil Nadu government and the HRNCE that the deeper tomb or the traditional lighting of the pillar was always done at that Uchipillayar temple and not at the hilltop at the pillar next to the dargah, and there was not convincing evidence that the pillar on the hilltop next to the dargah was the deeper tomb, seems to have not held a weight before the judges, who have directed that the lighting of the lamp will have to happen at the hilltop along with the traditional spot, upholding Justice Swaminathan's order.
So it's not just about, it's not just about religion in this case, isn't it, Veera? Because we are talking about a state that is going into elections. Like you pointed out, the time when the Karthigai Deepam is lit, that is already over. But yes, today's verdict is once again, very, very significant because like our colleague Sam Daniel, who is in fact at the court, is pointing out, the AISI has been directed to impose conditions to preserve the monuments and the protected site, and it is also very critically said that no public can be allowed to the hilltop pillar itself, which means they are averting any kind of a trouble. But tell us about the political significance of the court now saying that it is valid for the lamp to be lit not just at the Uchipillayar temple, which is the traditional site, but also at the Deepathoon.
That's right. Look, let's go beyond just
Sam Daniel, I understand, has joined us as well.
As well, Uma. This has got multiple connotations to it, because let's not forget that the Tamil Nadu, the DMK and other political parties had even moved a motion for impeachment against Justice Swaminathan based not on this order but by past events as well, but which was triggered by this order. So there were several connotations. As you point out, Sam Daniel, our colleague, also with us live right now, who has been covering this very, very closely. Sam, give us the details that you're picking up from the Madurai bench's order as far as the challenge to Justice Swaminathan's order, which was filed before it goes ahead. Go ahead, Sam. What details can you share with us of the order that you have with you?
Well, Veera Raghav, the division bench of the Madras High Court has directed the temple authorities to light the Deepam on the hilltop pillar next to the dargah. But it has not completely, in that sense, upheld the single judge order, because the earlier order allowed the petitioner and 10 other people to trek to the hilltop and light the Deepam. But in this case, the court has very clearly told that the public should not be allowed to the hilltop. Only the temple can light the Deepam.